Mr. Lindan.
Well, it's always been a very special tournament to play at here at the Yonex Copenhagen Masters, but we have a very special treat for you now, because we have Lindan, currently world number 4 in the badminton singles. There he is from China in a match-up against Denmark's favourite badminton playing son, Peter Gade, who will be coming out shortly. What a prospect this match is. It's always a very special place, as I say, to play some badminton. There's always room for fun and joking on the court, but also it's an atmosphere in which medal winners and fantastic players can be celebrated. So Peter Gade just about to enter the Folkene Centre here in Copenhagen, and he's going to get a monumental welcome. Here he comes, and this is what the crowd came for, his farewell match against Lindan of China. A rare treat for these badminton fans in attendance here. And Danish players have won the Yonex Masters many, many times over the years. Peter Gade holds the record with 9 victories, and there's still time for perhaps one more famous victory here. Not the title itself, but something more special than that. And I'm sure there'll be plenty of emotion here on court today. Well, this will be something of a giant showdown between Peter Gade as he plays his last professional match against the inimitable Lindan of China. And they have several things in common besides their love for their sport. They can both say that they have been #1 in the world in badminton, and indeed that they have been given the name of the world's best badminton player at different times. As family look on, fans alike. What a fantastic proposition this is to finish things off here in Copenhagen this evening. And what Lindan, however, has over Peter Gade is, well, a set of more advantageous statistics, a few tears being wiped away there on his side ahead of their definitive final showdown tonight. And the two have met 20 times on international top level, and Lindan has won some 17 times. And when the first two met, it was at the Denmark Open in 2002, and it was the Dane that won over the then 19-year-old Chineseman. And the score 15-11, 10-15, 15-9 gave the Dane, or the Street as he's known, a 1-0 lead in the head-to-head. But since then, Lindan has not looked back, and Gade would then have to go well over 5 years before he could add another triumph to the scoreboard. The China Masters in 2006, and then his third and final victory against Lindan dates back to the Swiss Super Series 2010, where he won in 2 sets with the digits 21-16, 21-17 for that one.
Der ingen store stjerner, som kommet igennem uden store omkostninger. De, der når længst, ved bare, hvilke valg skal tage, og hvornår. Det skal du lære hurtigt, hvis du vil blive en af de bedste, og den bedste i verden. Og den bedste i verden, han står på den modsatte side.
Well, Lindan rewrote the history books when he became the first men's single player ever to have won the Olympics twice. In addition to this massive achievement, he can even boast of 4 World Cup titles too. And although Peter Gade in his career neither managed the Olympics or World Cup titles, there should be no doubt that he has a reputation like no one else around the world when it comes to badminton. And only very few players can match him in terms of status and reputation worldwide. And he'll also be remembered, the Dane, for, alongside his sporting achievements, his ambassador status and long-standing contribution to further the sport, to develop the world of badminton, both nationally here in Denmark and on the international scene as well.
Han dobbelt olympisk mester som eneste nogensinde. Han firedobbelt verdensmester i herresingle. Han har vundet det hver gang, siden det blev spillet i 2006 i Madrid. Han har som sagt vundet 50 titler. Men det første gang, at han gæster Copenhagen Masters.
Well, as I said earlier, Danish players have won here on many occasions, and Peter Gade holds the record. And also women's world #1, Tina Rasmussen, won her first title here in 2008. As you can see, getting quite a few shots of the Danes family, who has 2 girls there, and his wife, obviously in support, and have been in support, so certainly his wife, for throughout the years. As I said, there'll certainly be some emotion felt by the fans, by the family, the support from the fans alike during this evening and during this match.
Foran det publikum, som altid har fulgt både Peter Gade og badmintonsporten. Rigtig god fornøjelse med aftenens højdepunkt.
Gade has the unfortunate record of losing to the eventual winners of all but one of the 4 Olympic badminton tournaments he's played in. And he was actually beaten by Lindan in straight sets in the quarterfinals in Beijing. But this is all about enjoyment, having some fun against a player who is arguably the best men's singles badminton player in the world currently. Double Olympian, Lindan, 29 years of age, and a few more waves from those gorgeous girls. And it'll be interesting to see how this one pans out. Obviously, Peter Gade is such an offensive, creative player, and similarly, Lindan certainly likes to play his badminton on the front foot. And we should have a real contest of aggression and creativity here. And just about to get underway now. And the crowd at the edge of their seats already. It's a capacity crowd here.
On my right, Lindan, China.
And a big response for this player, so popular around the world.
And on my left, Peter Gade, Denmark.
And Peter Gade needs no introduction really in front of this crowd, and they've raised the roof. I'm going to give him a massively warm sending off here. There's his final match. And he's first to post something on the board. First point in the bag for Gade. Will he let him win? Well, that wouldn't be sportsmanlike, would it? But, be interesting to see exactly what does happen. Well, he goes 2 points clear in this first game already. Grimace from the number 4, Lindan.
3 love.
He's not just going to let him have this, is he? Oh, he's gone to... Well, you can't see this. You'll see a picture of him in a minute, because he's walked off court. He's not happy with the racket. And he's exchanged the one he started out with for this one. Very sportsmanlike way, Peter Gade giving him an opportunity to have a few warming up strokes with the new racket. Well, this is just a start that the Dane would have liked. But as we know, well, Lindan never knows when to feel the pressure of going behind. He's created many comebacks over the last few years. Taking his time to find his feet here, though, and to get some handle on a sense of accuracy with his placement of the shuttle. Again, Lindan proving to be fairly inaccurate. Yet to score a point has the Chinaman. Gade 6-0 in this first game. Again, an unforced error. And there was a fierce exchange of drives between the two, and it was looking as if Lindan was gearing up for a spectacular smashing winner, but wasn't to be. Maybe the extra few years that Gade has over his opponent beginning to show there. I mean, even the best in the world currently would struggle to get on the end of that. Well, it was a fantastic save by Lindan, but once again, on that left-hand side for him, the shuttle falls the wrong side of the tram lines. Gade indicating that a change of shuttle would be a good idea. Change of strategy would probably be the right decision for Lindan right now. Well, they look pretty close, but the line judge resolute in his decision. So Gade goes into double figures, whilst Lindan has only scored a solitary point at this stage. And a let called as that high serve glanced off of one of the stage lights here in the concert hall at the Falconer Centre. And Lindan more than happy to take that let. Once again, the shuttle landing the wrong side of the net, and this is quite extraordinary. He glances across Lindan to his coach, his crew in the corner, raises his hand, not sure what's going on out there at the moment, but Gade, as he talks to his coach, very much in control at this point.
Og så bliver ved at bruge pigerne, for de ligger rigtig godt. Ikke? Ja, super godt. Og så er det sindssygt godt, som du er klar med catcheren i det flade. Ikke? Fordi der kommer mange muligheder. Ja, lige præcis. Ja, stå på.
So Lindan eager to get things underway again as soon as possible and to try and claw his way back into this first game. 2-time Olympic champion, 4-time world champion, and 5-time All England champion. And yet trailing by a considerable distance in this first game. This time it falls the right side of the line. However, he follows that up with an inaccurate serve, and the momentum comes to a standstill. Oh, wonderfully deceived shot from Lindan. Wrong footing, gade. You see here, completely changing direction. He was looking as if he was going to send it in his favoured left-hand corner, where he's made so many errors so far in this match. And that's wide.
13-4.
Well, we've yet to see a 3-game match this evening, and I'm sure the crowd will be hoping that we'll get one from this exhibition game. Oh, wonderfully athletic smash on the line. Gade very much in control at this point. There it is. I've got a feeling, sneaking suspicion, that Lindan will let him have this game, and then we'll come out all guns blazing in the second and third. Oh, what a rally. But in the end, it's a Danish error which decides the point. It's worth remembering at this point that at the age of just 28, Lindan had completed the Super Grand Slam, having won all 9 major titles in world badminton: the Olympic Games, the World Championships, the World Cup, the Thomas Cup, the Sudirman Cup, the Super Series Masters Finals, the All England Open, the Asian Games, and the Asian Championships. Becoming the first and the only player to ever achieve that feat. That was an interesting little exchange of drop shots.
6-14.
And in the end, just wide. Yeah, and also alongside all of that, Lindan also became the first men's singles player to retain the Olympic gold medal by winning in Beijing in 2008 in front of a home crowd, obviously, and then defending his title in London in the summer of 2012. Well, that was on the line. There was a deathly silence there across the auditorium. That certainly was on the line. Right in the corner, in fact. Watch that all the way. He's got some work to do if he's going to carve a route back into this first game. The crowd enjoying the look he gave to them as he watched that all the way. And again, a just stunning change of angle. So athletic. There it is, just saw the opportunity, capitalised on it. Well, it's wonderful to see both players just committing to the point. It's really entertaining to watch such creativity on display. And both of them just giving an indication as to just how instinctive they are in their style of play. But Gade, well, belying the fact that he's 36 years of age and playing his last match, is in a very commanding position in this first game.
10-16.
Well, Lindan, the Chineseman, has claimed a stupendous 50 international titles in total and 18 runners-up overall. Just an incredible talent. Well, the line judge deeming that in. And a few unsporting people in the crowd suspecting that it wasn't. It's on the line. So they need to retract those dismissive sounds, shall we say, that they were making. So Lindan, slowly but surely, as he is so wont to do, so many occasions he's come back from a significant amount of points behind. Again, watching the shuttle all the way, making sure that it certainly is out. And at this stage of any game, you have to make sure of every single point. So just 4 points the difference now between the two. Oh, just wonderful to watch.
13-16.
So graceful in the air. Oh, wonderfully deft. And a fantastically ingenious way to win a point.
14-16.
Sending Gade over that side, and then with the backhand, finding the very corner of the Danish player's end of the court. And now just a pair of points between these two. Oh, well, that is surely the rally, not only of this match, but of the evening's play. And the crowd witnessing something quite special there. In the end, Lindan making sure of it. Apologising, but perfectly reasonable shot to make. So just a point between them in this first game. And Petter Gade just 36 just earlier this month. Hails from Aalborg in Denmark. And as we saw earlier, he has his family in attendance here, his 2 children, Alma and Nana, witnessing something special here. Lars Jura, the Danish coach, also obviously in attendance. There it is, from going so far behind in the first half of this game. The 2 players are now on level terms, 16 points apiece. I told you, you cannot write off this man, Lindan, from any position when it seems as if he's got too much of a mountain to climb. Somehow or other, he stays in the game, approaches each point individually, and for the first time in this game and in this match, Lindan is now ahead, just by a point. But at this stage of this first game, 1 point is halfway to potentially taking the first game. Oh, diving defensive shot, trying to keep the rally alive, and falls short by about 5 or 10 centimetres. It just shows you that Lindan is as committed to that point as he has been to any of them. As you can see, about 10 centimetres short. So, as the players take a toweling down short break, 17 points apiece. Lindan will lift himself up off the floor and see if he can make Petter Gade work for this first game. Petter Gade entered sporting history thanks to his All-England title in 1999 and his 5 men's singles European crowns. As I said earlier, the 2 of them both having enjoyed time on the top spot of the rankings, albeit at very different times. Oh, was that right? And it was a ruthless display. It was on the line. And, well, Petter Gade was on the back foot pretty much for the entirety of that rally.
17.
And, well, Lindan showing no signs of wanting to lose this first game. He edges ahead once more by a point. Only requires 3 to claim the first game. Well, the lift was more than enough in terms of height above the net to make that a very easy put away. That kill for Lindan indeed. But it has to be said that, well, the Chineseman was somewhat aided by contact with the net on the part of the Dane. And similarly, he creates a sitter for Petter Gade to put away. Even though he is or has retired from international competition. And will do officially after this. Still very much able to put those to bed. And a good lead as well. So once again, on level terms in this first game. Well, a little frown from Lindan. And there's the family up there, the gade family. So he has a game point for the first time in this first game of potentially 3. Oh, what a lead. Audacious, to say the least. Well, he had a good view, it has to be said. We can have a look at that. Yep, considerably the wrong side of the line. So, level once more. Oh, absolutely scintillating put away by Lindan. And now the man from China has his own opportunity to claim this first game. Oh, just once again fashioning a really quite remarkable point. What a way to wrap up the first game. But it couldn't have been closer. But what was it? He was 10-1 down at one point. He not only comes back from that, but claims the first game. 22 points to 20.
Dang it.
And there you can see that flurry at the end of that set on the part of the 29-year-old from China, meaning that he is in the ascendancy at this stage. 22 points to 20.
Så er det vigtigt, du tør, når du spiller bagbanen, du tør stille dig frem. Han spiller ingen, og han clear ikke farligt. Okay. Ellers er det fint, rigtig godt, som du får variationer med i angrebet til sidst her også. Vi skal have cutteren med også, sammen med de hårde der, ikke? Men vi må ikke afgive forbanen. Det er vigtigt, at du kommer ind der, sådan det er dig, der ligger og styrer ham. Eller vi er i uafgjort, ikke? Og så kan du også komme ind og udfordre i det flade. Og det mister vi lidt. Ikke? Så du skal trykke lidt mere til overspilningerne her, til løftene.
And incidentally, Lindan won his first ever All England Open title by beating gade in the final way back in 2004. And the Chinese players are somewhat dominating the circuit currently, have done for some years. 4 of the top 5 ranked men's singles players are from China. But it has to be said that badminton in Denmark and badminton players who represent their country on the international scene certainly punching above their weight from a nation of just 5.5 million. Someone just sounding a horn at a fairly inappropriate time, it has to be said. Not sure that Lindan could see the funny side of that. A few in the crowd eliciting a chuckle or two, though. He's pointing up at the light. Maybe he was blinded by the light.
over. 1 all.
Well, as I mentioned earlier, Petter is not only a top player, he's also, well, he has a special dedication to promote his sport and has been involved with many activities to develop badminton amongst youngsters. In fact, his fair play spirit is a well-known fact and a most welcome one all over the world.
1. That's over.
In fact, the world, it was world number 5 at the beginning of 2012, but obviously since he has made the decision to take retirement, he's inevitably tumbled down the rankings. Well, all the time in the world to wind up for that.
3-2.
No chance of receiving, or sorry, returning that. So, in contrast to the beginning of the first game, Lindan very much in the zone now. Having said that, he puts one wide, but he's certainly not behind at this stage. 3 points apiece. And I think the racket of Lindan encroached across the net. Yes, a bit cheeky. A little bit cheeky. The crowd enjoying that moment, though. It was nicking as if it was Lindan's point, but credit due to Petter Gade to defend his way back into that point, forcing the error. You certainly can't account for that. What a wonderful way to end a wonderful career, really, playing in front of such an appreciative crowd. Earlier on, at the beginning, before Petter Gade came out into the spotlight, as it were, in the auditorium, a very large percentage of the crowd all had Petter Gade masks on. It's a great idea. That was a great put away. Both players really demonstrating just how much adjustment is required and agility and athleticism when having to predict and adapt at any given moment, depending on what's coming back to you. Oh, absolutely brutal. And that was from, well, very deep in the court. Just shows you the power that this man has at his disposal. He's complaining about that light again. Maybe one of the barn doors on the light is out of position. Perhaps it's the one that was knocked by the shuttle earlier on. Oh. Such an entertaining little flurry there. And you'll see the position from which he hits this winner at full stretch on 2 occasions and making the angle more acute on the second attempt.
For de kommer nedad, og de der clear, de er bløde, dem kan du let nå ned og lave noget med. Okay? Og så er det rigtig godt, du har fået lige løft med for din forhånd. Det vil jeg gerne have lidt mere med for baghånden også. Okay?
Well, he has 22 Grand Prix titles.
Så bare lige få åbnet med den lige, og så er der plads til den igen.
And he's become one of the most successful players of all time. And into his 30s, he remains, or has remained up until this point, very active on the international circuit. And back in June 2006, he briefly recaptured the #1 spot in the world rankings after winning the Singapore Open and reaching the quarter-final at the Malaysia Open. But more recently, has officially retired already from international competition. And this is certainly going to be his last participation in this favourite event of his. He's certainly going to be going out with a bang, it seems. Absolutely wonderful. Oh, and the crowd really coming alive, and that was a stupendous shot in that rally from Lindan. I do hope we get to see it. Here it is, look. And behind the back.
7-11.
Absolutely incredible. Forehand on the backhand side. And when you're up against that, there's not a lot you can do, is there? However, gade, 4 points in the clear. The game down, however, so far in this match. Can he force a third? Well, with that kind of ruthlessness, perhaps he can. Well, throughout his career, gade has been known for fast attacks and his agile footwork and constant pressure. And something we haven't seen a great deal of, but certainly flashes of it. There's one there. Is his particular ability for deception. Speed with which Lindan got across the court there was simply unbelievable. Defends that, and again brings it over. Somehow manages to get back into position for the lift and the put away. Lovely display again. You do get the suspicion, the feeling that Lindan is going to claw his way back into this, as he did from behind in the first. Being in that position is well, something he thrives on, really, coming from behind. Gade now sensing that we're getting towards the business end of this second game.
14-9.
5 points the difference in the second game.
Serve. 10-14.
Oh, almost managed to stay in the point. Gade showing his own appreciation of that, because how on earth did Lindan stay in this point? There were a couple of occasions at which it had to be over, surely. Manages to get back to the very deepest area of the court, and only really falling short with the final lift by about 5 centimetres or so. That was a block, really. There you go. Still a level of aggression appreciated by family members in the crowd.
16-10.
Surely he's got to make it the best of 3, hasn't he? So just 4 points potentially away from forcing that third game. Gade still on serve. Now, what can Lindan do here? Well, he was waiting for what seemed like an age for a decision as to whether that may have been out or not. Lindan, watch, staring into the corner. We don't get to see him quite, but Gade thought that was out. A couple of defensive blocks from Lindan at the third attempt. Gade moves another step closer to forcing the third. They were crying, "Let's go, Gade, let's go," and that one didn't want to go over the net, did it? So the Dane taking his time to put this second game to bed. another error from Lindan. Surely it is just a matter of time. Just 2 points between Peter Gade now and a third game in this fascinating match between these two. And again, a display of deception from Lindan, giving every impression of a deep shot, but in the end, only just sneaking over the net. Well, we saw this, didn't we, in the first game? If you give him a centimetre, Lindan will take a metre. Give him any opportunity to fight his way out of a corner, and he most certainly will. The crowd really throwing their support behind this most favourite of badminton players. So, game point for Peter Gade, and the opportunity to go to a third game. Well, I thought that the point was Lindan's, because in that flurry of exchanges between the two, it was looking as if one of Peter Gade's shots was going out. You see just there that Lindan decided to keep it in play, and much to his own disappointment, because, well, Peter Gade takes the second game, so it's one game each. We will have a deciding game. 21-16 the score in that one. A much closer affair in the first. So Lindan started the year by losing to Lee Chong-wei in the final of the Korea Open, and he won his 5th German Open title in March, his first of the season. Then he won the All England Open once again, also in March, becoming the first man in 33 years to win 5 titles there. He helped China win their 5th consecutive Thomas Cup title without losing a single match in every tie he played. And he then bowed out from the semi-finals of the Thailand Open, complaining of fatigue before the tournament began. And of course, in the summer, the Chineseman secured another gold medal, a consecutive Olympic title there, with another meeting against his rival Lee Chong-wei. In the process, he became the first men's singles player to retain the Olympic title.
Final game. Love all.
And he was complaining of fatigue earlier on this week when he arrived.
Serves over. 1 love. Serves over. 1 all.
Both players a little bit edgy at the beginning of this third. A relentless attack and a series of drives from better guard, each of which was travelling so flat and rapidly over the net. Another Lindan clear, called long. Oh, wonderful, from the clear to the drop, to the smash.
2-4.
Just on the line. In fact, it lands and remains the right side of the line.
3-5. That's over. 8-3.
A brutal finish from Gade, working his opponent around the court before unleashing an absolute bullet. It's fantastically entertaining and educational to see with what creativity these two players can carve out such a variety of different shots. Another body shot. Both players fully committed and at full stretch. So not only do these top badminton players in the world circuit have to master a whole variety of different basic strokes, there's then the art of deception, and both players have a remarkable ability to sell an intention to their opponent whilst undertaking something quite different. Wonderful net play from Gade.
9-5.
Again, extraordinary footwork from the Dane. Considering that in badminton terms, he's more than a veteran. I mean, when he is about to retire, 36 years of age, he certainly doesn't show any sign of being slower around the court. So as they towel down after another exquisite little drop shot from Gade, 6 points of difference in this deciding game. And both players also have a real ability to read the game.
Men det må vi se. Det kan godt være, at han kommer lidt hårdt, men uanset hvad, så skal du stadigvæk langt frem.
At the moment, it is Gade who is in the ascendancy.
Net væk fra ham nu, ikke? Ved at ligge højst. Så endelig brug bagbanen her overfra, altså gør den stor for ham. Ikke? Ja, okay, det. Præcis. Og så bliver vi ved at bruge variationerne dernede fra. Det er rigtig godt det der med at variere mellem at gå hårdt på kroppen og så lave de andre. Ikke? Ja, det er ved at være kreativt. Ikke?
So as Gade's family look on and join in with the supportive applause, action back underway again here at the Falconer Centre. As you can see from the scoreboard, Gade is considerably ahead in this deciding game. Wicked pace on that. A little pump of the fist. Demonstrating just how much he enjoyed it. You can see from that shot there that Lindan is some way away in terms of distance from being able to do anything about that.
That's over. 7-12.
Even Lindan enjoyed that. Gave a little smile of appreciation. The wicked speed again that Gade unleashes on that overhead forehand. Just needs over. Well, to be fair, Gade's had his own fair share of luck and fortune in this contest between these two. was about time, perhaps, that Lindan had some of the same. I fear he needs a lot more than Lady Luck smiling upon him at this stage, trailing by 5 points.
9-13.
But as I've said now on a couple of occasions, you cannot write this player off at any point. However far behind he might be, do not be fooled.
Service over. 14-9.
Ruthless display and unstoppable winning overhead there.
9.
And when you've got power like that at hand, it doesn't have to be in the far corner of the court.
16-9. 17-9.
Well, it was called out, but I think it was closer than perhaps the line judge thought. Did it bounce on the line first before bouncing out? Well, no overrule.
Service over. 10-17.
So Gade potentially just 4 points away from going out on a positive note, retiring with a famous victory. The edges closer still. Just wide, but it was pretty much the only shot open to him. So Lindan forcing Gade to wait a little longer. Oh, just wonderful to behold. It's an absolute credit to the man that he's still able to play at this level. Well, Gade says in his biography that he enjoys collecting wine, he enjoys dining out. I'm sure tonight he'll be going out for a celebratory dinner.
20, next point, 11.
Well, regardless as to whether he wins or not. But right now he's looking very much as if he will. He did swipe at it, but he did not make contact. So, Gade has a whole collection of match points to go out with a high note. Oh, well, he forced Lindan to the ground in that exchange. Just before that point was one. Everyone on their feet now at the Falconer Centre. They sense that this could be it. Everyone standing up. Probably the best part of a couple of thousand people. Oh, absolutely sublime. Lindan pulling off a remarkable shot here. Look at this. Complete dummy. Double swipe. Absolutely fabulous. So, you know, the standing ovation and continued applause as much for Lindan as it is for Gade, I'm sure. Because he is a remarkable talent. They could be on their feet for some time. As I said earlier, never write off the Chinese number 4, or the world-ranked number 4 from China. There it is. So, Gade, the 36-year-old Dane, does end his career, his last international match, on a positive note. His wife and children look on, and this will be something he will remember for many years to come. World Championship, European Championship 5 times, and a whole plethora of titles over the years, 24 Grand Prix titles, and well, he gets a hug from Lars Jure, the Danish coach, and the standing ovation from the crowd here at the Falconer Centre. There's the parents. What a way to finish a career. Absolutely fantastic.